All right, here we go with the Monday, September 25th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Let's take a peek at what's happening on the radar this morning. And in just a moment, I'll get into all the latest on Maria, so stand by for that. But let's start off again with a look at the radar this morning. All is relatively quiet across the Carolinas. Do have some areas of showers, a few thunderstorms rumbling through the northern Gulf of Mexico and into the central Gulf Coast states. But you look elsewhere, the next area of precipitation to show you is back here in parts of the Central Plains, and that is with our next cold front that will, by late week, finally bring us some much cooler, more autumn-like temperatures. We had autumn, of course, officially begin later into the day, Friday of last week, but certainly felt like summertime through the weekend. There's a look at our Greensboro tower camera. All is quiet during the 5 o'clock hour this morning. The Charlotte Dowd YMCA camera, also very quiet here as we start off the day on this Monday. Look at these temperatures from yesterday. Again, it was very much a summer-like setup over the weekend still, with some 70s in the mountains, but then 80s most everywhere else across the region. But changes coming late week. More on that in just a second. Let's take a look at your tropical update here. We do have Lee out here in the Atlantic Ocean. Lee will stay out there in the open waters and not be a threat to land. But there's Maria. Maria is encountering these progressively cooler waters as it gets further to the north into the Atlantic Ocean. It's also encountering the water that was churned up by Jose over the past week or two. And that has caused some significant degradation in the satellite presentation of Maria. It does not look nearly as healthy now as it did 24 hours ago. This is the latest advisory on Maria. Category 1 hurricane, probably a little bit generous with that 80-mile-per-hour wind speed, but that's where it stands right now. The center of Maria will stay offshore of the Carolina coast, but Maria is an expansive tropical system, so even though the center stays offshore, there will be some direct impact for the Carolina coast. Eventually, later this week, there it goes, out to sea. So let's show you what we're looking at. First of all, in terms of watches and warnings, do have tropical storm warnings now up for a good chunk of the Outer Banks. Some tropical storm watches surrounding the tropical storm warning area. And here's what we're looking at in terms of wind potential. This is Futurecast, and what I think you're looking at here is really, in many instances, this could be more of a sound side flooding potential for the Outer Banks as opposed to the Atlantic Ocean side. Notice the wind kind of coming off Pimlico Sound for a lot of the day tomorrow in many spots, the exception being the northern Outer Banks. But then certainly by Wednesday, the more northwesterly or westerly flow of wind kicks in as Maria begins to pull away. And the computer models are in pretty good agreement that this the center of Maria will stay offshore and then head out to sea from there. Away from the coast, not a lot of impact from Maria. We're going to be looking at a partly sunny type of sky today, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy tonight. Temperatures this afternoon look like that for your highs. So certainly another warm weather day. Similar tomorrow, some showers along the immediate coast. You get away from that, maybe one or two isolated mountain showers, but that'll be about it. There's our highs on Tuesday. And then we get out into Wednesday. Wednesday looks really warm. We're going to be ahead of this next cold front. So Wednesday and really probably Thursday too, the temperature's quite warm across the region. There's your Wednesday highs. But changes late week, I think, as we get into Friday and especially next weekend. We're going to be looking at highs below average, something we have not had a lot of late, probably some 70s for high temperatures coming up for many of us. Saturday and Sunday, 60s in the mountains, lows in the well and into the 50s, mountain low temperatures in the 40s. So some cooler air coming eventually as we get toward the upcoming weekend. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.